Hey everyone, have I here bring a video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we're going to be doing an abbreviated version of Best Teams on Global. This is the November 2023 edition. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. And yeah, November was a tough month for me due to the fact that I had very limited time and we had a lot of content come out. In the beginning of November, we had the LR Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and of course Super Dragon Ball Heroes dropping in the end of November. And generally, Super Dragon Ball Heroes doesn't even come close for an opportunity to break into the Best Teams arena. However, this year was different. So anyway, with that, let's go ahead and dive in. And again, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And this is the previous month. This is October 2023's top 10 list. And as you can see here, we had Power of Wishes, we have the Time Travelers slash Bond of Parent and Child. That combination, I know it's kind of weird, but I had to kind of combine those together. Then we have Vegito Blue, we had Piccolo and Movie Heroes, along with the World Tournament Goku, in rounding out the top 5. So those were where I had the current positions. So the interesting thing is I was working on Best Teams for November while the LR Full Power Super Saiyan 4 was coming out. I was like, okay, you know, it's a good unit, right? Not necessarily like the best for the hardest boss in the game when it comes to Murzumasu, but you know, other events, still a great unit. You get past that first turn and he's off to the races. And I actually put that team into the top 10. And GT Heroes Full Power brought him in the top 10 there, right at the 10 spot. You know, I know he has some limitations. The team in of itself overall isn't all that great. But then I also moved the World Tournament Goku above Piccolo and Piccolo's team. Just by the slightest. That you can kind of switch back and forth. I think there's now a lot more options for the World Tournament Goku instead of like Piccolo. You're very limited when it comes to Piccolo. You're running in the main rotation. In this case scenario, the Goku, there's a lot of things you can actually run. So that's just something I just kind of thought to myself that I could stir up the top 5 a little bit. But still, I can easily put Piccolo at number 4 and still World Tournament Goku number 5. I think the rest of the top 5 teams makes sense. 1, 2, and 3 is probably not going to move until 9-year anniversary. And then you look at 6, 7, and 8, and even 9. That's probably movable there. Especially with, you know, new content coming out, and we'll see what the New Year's units are actually going to look like. So I think the top 5 is pretty safe. It might move around, maybe some units get added and things of that nature in the top 5. So when I talk about how the LR Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku got into the rankings here, you can kind of see the team is strong, however still very limited when it comes to the bench, right? You're generally running the Goku in first position, right? That's the design there. And if you get past the first turn and he can, you know, start supering, he's going to be just fine. Now you do have LR Spirit Bomb GT, and again, that's another unit that you have to really kind of get past the first turn as well. So ultimately it does have some flaws, but if you can get past that, you're going to be in really, really good shape. And then you have some other Goku units on here that are very, very valuable. You have the Kai Goku, you have the Carnival Goku, and then you have some decent bench with, you know, LR Piccolo, World Tournament Goku, etc., etc. The biggest issue is really there's no other support. I put Bullet on here as support. That's not a good option, especially for end game. And generally, you're probably just gonna run like, you know, World Tournament Goku if you're trying to do end game material and things of that nature. You can still do a lot of it, but it can be a major issue when it comes to certain red zones. Right now, if you're going to run Piccolo, you have to run Piccolo with a bond of Master and Disciple, so he can actually get his buff. Because no other unit on this, as you can see on here, is Bond of Master and Disciple. So you're gonna have to run Beast Gohan or EZA Gohan, and you'll be just fine. But you make sure you're doing that if you're doing that with Piccolo. Now, again, the biggest issue with the Goku here is he generally is going to be running in the first position. If you move him out of it, you're in danger of losing. So even though with all the flaws, I still think, the peaks of Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku is incredible, and I did put him in the 10th spot here. However, this was before the introduction of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, which again, normally doesn't get to the opportunity to break into the top 10. And this year is totally different because what they did with Limit Breaker, Super Saiyan 4, Full Power Vegito is pretty incredible. This guy is one of the top tier TURs in the game. He's not a Dokkan Festival exclusive. He's easily the best non-Dokkan Festival exclusive TUR in the game. Right, that's a given. There's no one else that's even close. I don't really think so. You can even compete it maybe with Rose here, but yeah, what they did here is pretty much a Dokkan Festival exclusive unit, but not one, right? So this team here is the super team that you can run. Very, very good team. Again, you're probably going to take out the int units in the Murzumasu fight, but other fights, this team does incredibly well. I love the amazing EZA to Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. They made that rotation one of the best rotations in the game. It's pretty incredible that they actually was able to do that. And then you have other units that in the future, think about this, when the Super Saiyan 4 Gohan EZAs, that's going to happen in next year, this team's just going to get better and better, because when you start really thinking about the overall aspect of the future of this team, it's still going to stay pretty relevant. They did a lot of incredible EZAs, right? Dark Mask King, the Dokkan Awakenings to Janemba Black, and Metal Golden Cooler. Those are really good. You can even run LR Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku on this. Now, I wouldn't recommend it, but you could if you wanted to. Now, another way you can actually run this team is with extreme class units, and it's still as relevant and it's still as strong, right? So you might have some healing abilities here, and you can just run a different amounts of combination. So with the combinations and all these different things here, I was just totally impressed. And here's the thing, it's a very fun team to run, and it's technically very easy to get these units. Maybe not like you have to use like the EZA banner for the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, things of that nature, but overall, wow. Now, where do I, or ended up actually putting this team, right? Again, I'm like, oh, great, you got GT back, you got Full Power back, and I'm like, okay, all right. Unfortunately, we're going to boot them out. We're going to boot them out. So, I have them at number 8. I don't know if I'm crazy. I don't know if it's just recency bias, and I've been pretty much just playing that team for the past week or so, right, or whenever it's been coming out here. It's been incredibly fun, and I couldn't put them above anybody else, right? Like the LR Murzumasu team is incredible, and then of course the Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans, the flexibility is out of this world. But Super Dragon Ball Heroes, number 8 in best teams. Again, I wish I was able to do like the full spread of it all. It didn't crack into the top 5. I think top 5 is, again, pretty solidified from where we are right now. But I have him in the 8th spot, and then I dropped the Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku out. Am I crazy here? Do I put them back? I really still like the Bonamath's Disciple team. I think overall it's a very, very good team, especially if you're able to boost up the Kid Gohan when you're fighting. Yeah, it's not very good on Murzumasu, but again, I don't look at just Murzumasu. And then the Turtle School team, the Goku team of it itself, it's still very, very solid, especially with the addition to Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. See, I think the thing is, how I booted this team off is, I think it's a problem when you have two Super Saiyan 4 full power Gokus. But when you have one on a team, right? So if you're looking at like, let me see if I have the slide for what I was kind of building here with Turtle Skull, right? I had this like honorable mention here, but now I have him in top 10, so I can remove that. This is like the team that you can run. And when you kind of look at this, it's like, yeah, this is a really, really solid team overall, because you only have to deal with one situation when it comes to the full power Goku. And then you have, you know, Kai Goku is just a defensive, you know, beast, right? So, yeah, anyway, I don't know. I don't know if this rankings here is going to bother people and have the Super Dragon Ball Heroes team at number 8, but I feel okay with this ranking. Right, so coming to number 10 is Turtle School with basically a full Goku team there. Then you have Bond and Master Disciple. I still really enjoy that team overall. Then you have Super Dragon Ball Heroes with both, and in a sense combination with Rose. I didn't show the Rose team, but the Rose team is very, very strong as well. But of course the Vegito team is much stronger with Limit Breaker, Vegito. Then you have the Merzumasu team there with Royal Celebration Merzumasu. You have Pure Saiyans, Hybrid Saiyans with God Goku. Then you have Piccolo, LR Piccolo. You know, it's, I wouldn't say an irrelevant team. It's just I don't really run him as much as I used to. Maybe that's just my preference, I guess, there. And he hasn't really gotten an upgrade recently, especially in November. So I just ended up moving up World Tournament Goku and Earthbred Fighters as the number 4 spot. Then you have the top 3, which is going to be tough to break through with Vegito Blue, Super Class, and everything else there. And then you have Gohan and LRGG. Again, the solid number 2 spot there. And then I still think Power Wishes is the best team in the game. It has just a lot going for it. There's too many different things that it can do, and I think overall it's just the best. Again, it's just my opinion, but again, this is an abbreviated one, so I'm already like 12 minutes in, so it's not as short as you know, I would normally go through everything else. But you know, this is what my rankings are as of right now. I think December will change it. Of course, we should be getting the Omega fight, and I think Omega fight will change a couple of things here. But yeah, that's what I have here. So let me know in the comment section below. Again, this is an abbreviated version. I will do a full version early December, and of course the year-end one as well. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.